Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new vlog. I'm Lee from Mortgage Freely. I talk about money and mum life on the internet. And it is Sunday. We are doing a Sunday reset. Less of a Sunday reset, more of a sort out my whole entire life. You've seen these vlogs before, there's a whole playlist of them. But in short, I am a mum of two. My youngest is 2. And I have finally got to the point in my life where I can start to think about putting it back together after having kids. I had kids in my mid to late 30s. I'm going to be 40 this year. And pretty much the last 6 years have been total chaos. But I'm now finally at the stage where everyone's getting enough sleep and things are getting a little bit easier so we can start to think about sorting our life out. So think of this as a Sunday reset, but the realistic I'm a mum version. And let me just say, if you are still in the baby phase with young children, do not watch this and feel bad. Because whilst we are going to be really realistic and my kids are around, there's going to be shouting, screaming, the dishwasher's on, like it's just going to be that kind of thing, there's going to be interruptions. We definitely found the baby phase hard in our house, and I pretty much spend the first 2 years of my kids' lives surviving, not thriving. So if you're still in that stage, don't worry about it, it's normal. These YouTube deep cleans and declutters, where people basically spend the whole entire day sorting out their house, are not necessarily realistic for you. All kids are different, all people are different, all homes are different. Everyone's circumstances are different, and also for some of these people it's their job. So bear that in mind when you're comparing yourself to social media. But as we know, there's not much aesthetic about this channel. And that starts off with the fact that I don't really have like a set plan. There's not a set list of things that I do every Sunday, because frankly I don't do this every Sunday. And I'll talk about that in a minute, but I am definitely in the mood and I want to take advantage of the motivation to get some stuff done whilst we're at home today. I do have a few things that are definitely on my hit list. I don't know if we'll get through them all. I want to have a speed declutter of this kitchen. I know there are things in this kitchen that need to go out of this house. I know there are. There's definitely the remnants of a gingerbread train in this cupboard. It's got to go. I want to sort out my daughter's craft box, which is in the utility room, ahead of half term, which is this week, because I know I'm going to be knee deep in crafts one day. I'm also committing to hoovering and washing at least one of our cars. I know some people take a lot of pride in their cars and wash them every Sunday and they're always clean. We don't, frankly. Like, we're not messy, our cars are not full of garbage. But we do have 2 kids. They do eat in the back of the car sometimes. Sometimes we go on like long trips. Like it's the best part of an hour to get to my parents, so they do eat in the back of the car, which means crumbs. It also feels like we've moved house every time we have to pack up the car to leave the house. Sorry about the dishwasher, by the way. Sorting my life out is already underway in this house. So yeah, the cars just need a good hoover, a really good hoover. I definitely need to put laundry in. I already filled up the toilet rolls yesterday and emptied the bathroom bins. Basically, every time a cardboard box comes into this house, my daughter makes the cat a new home. And we put up with it for a few days. This one's been here for about a week and now I'm sick of it. I really want it to go, but I have to negotiate that one. And I've been up with my son since about 5 to 6 this morning. So I've been productive and I've ordered a new water bottle seal. I feel like all I do is buy water bottles for the kids in this house. First we had camelback ones, but the kids kept biting through the bit that you drink out of. So I think I got rid of those apart from my son's, but he still really needs that because the other ones that we moved on to that I'll show you next, they're just that tiny bit too old for him yet. So I've had to order a new bite valve for the camelback bottle. And then these are the water bottles that we've moved on to, Ionate bottles. I'll link them in the description box. It'll be an affiliate link just so that you know. And these are really good because they don't have straws that the kids can damage, but they do have this little plastic seal here. And the first one of these I got my son, he pulled that little plastic seal off, which basically renders the whole bottle useless. So I ordered some new seals. They were only $2.99 on Amazon. I'll link everything in the description box. They will all be affiliate links just so that you know if these are things that you need. So I've been productive and sorted that out already, and I can't wait to have actually functional water bottles in the house, considering I buy so many of them. I would like to move on to stainless steel water bottles for the kids, but I'm not just gonna throw out the bottles that we already have. Just when it comes to making new purchases, I wanna get stainless steel. Before we get started on the subject of realistic Sunday resets, until recently, we have not been in the house on weekends. We basically tried not to be in the house at all with the kids for a good while because they just didn't deal very well with being cooped up at the ages that they were at. They fall out over things and it just seemed like we did a lot better out of the house. However, as they're getting a little bit older and in winter, we've been managing to stay in the house a little bit more. But now we've got a chance to sort of be at home a little bit more and finding that we're so much more prepared for the week ahead. So that is the point of today's little sort my life out Sunday reset session, is to continue to make improvements so that we are just generally better functioning as a household. reduce my stress because the less stuff we have, the less stressed I am, frankly. And just be ready for the week ahead. It's half-term week, so the level of organisation doesn't have to be quite as high as when my daughter's in school. But there are still definitely plenty of things I can do today that will help us be more prepared for the week. So let's get going. The kids are only going to let me do this for so long. My husband is with them in the living room right now. Anyway, let's get cracking. Let's sort my life out.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time with stuff.
This kitchen cupboard is exactly the kind of job that I don't want to deal with, but I need to deal with because every time I open it, it stresses me out. It's just full of boxes for like camera related stuff. None of it should be in here, literally none of it. I'm gonna put my big girl pants on and sort it out.
While wishing for something better,
It's literally just a box I don't need.
that weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart, and I won't dare to say, do you feel the same way? Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see.
Okay, it seems like I've basically filled the top shelf of our kitchen cupboards with half-used candles from autumn. My thought process was probably that I wanted to switch them over to the Christmas candles. However, this is just ridiculous. So I'm gonna put these back out and get them used up.
In front of you, or maybe I'm not enough for you. So maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this would never end with broken hearts. 'Cause I don't wanna waste my time. If we don't feel.
The food cupboards are honestly not that bad because I did a huge sort out of the fridge and the cupboards last week on Sunday when my kids got me up at 5 a.m. I feel so much better for it, but what I am doing is basically doing a little bit of a stock take because I'm planning a no spend week, which I will take you along with me on. And I want to get some of the stuff in here that we don't really reach for used up. And if I'm going to do that, I need to know what it is.
Then don't pretend that everything's okay. Don't string me along the way you.
Okay, I've sorted out some of the cupboards. I got rid of the gingerbread. I've emptied the shelf full of candles. Sorted out some of the food cupboards. I am shocked on a daily basis at the moment at the amount of packaging that we are getting rid of. Like, our bins are full from packaging. So I need to have a think about how to reduce that because it's just bonkers. I try to recycle as much as I can, but it feels like it's getting out of control. I mean, why do tubes of toothpaste come in a cardboard box? I definitely feel like I've had mission creep set in here where I'm now deep decluttering the kitchen, and that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be speed decluttering the kitchen. So I need to get back on track. I have just found a bunch of stuff under our kitchen cabinets. So I went under there to get some chopped tomatoes that we have nowhere else to put them. So we put them under the kitchen cabinets. But then I found the beer advent calendar I got my husband at Christmas, and he's been telling me he has no beer in. So I'm gonna get that out. Whatever's in there, that's getting put away. Because we do this sometimes. We store things and try and be smart, and then we forget we ever had them and we don't use them. So I'm gonna get that out, put that away. I've got a vase I need to find a home for, some other bits and bobs to rehome, and then I need to move on to the craft cupboard.
Get over you. Maybe you don't wanna know. You don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you. So maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts.
Under the sink is definitely one of the places that causes me stress in my life. So we've got the bag of bags because we do try to reuse like bread bags and things like that. So we've got that. We have the world's biggest and oldest steamer. We really need to get a new compact one, but this one still works for now. And honestly, I just don't have room in the budget to be buying a steamer that I don't technically need. This here is our water 2 water filter. So we've got really hard water here. I could taste it from the minute we moved in. And I've always insisted on having like a filter jug in the fridge, but it takes over half the fridge. You have to keep changing the filters every month. So we finally bit the bullet and got one of these under the sink water filters. My husband managed to fit it himself. You don't need a plumber, but I think plumbers do them. And it basically filters the water straight from the tap. So now we don't need the filter jug, so that has gone to recycling, and this is all we need. You change the filter in it once a year. Anything that takes life admin off my list is worth it to me, so that was well worth the investment. I will pop the link in the description box for that. I have an affiliate code that gets you £15 off if you're interested in that, but we love it. Yeah, the kitchen is looking so much better. I feel so much better for it. I feel like these cupboards basically feel empty now, which is great because before I felt like I was opening them and I was scared stuff was gonna fall out. Off camera, the kids were getting a little bit restless about 10:30, so we've been out to Costa, used some vouchers for that because we are on a money saving mission at the moment. And then while the kids were at the playground thing, I quickly nipped to B&M to get a couple more of these plastic storage drawers. I need to take the stickers off, but basically these pull out like little drawers. I got some yesterday and I thought I could make use of a couple more, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do with those when we go upstairs. There is one more cupboard I wanna sort out in the kitchen, but I think in the interests of getting this job moving, I'm gonna move on to the craft cupboard. I really wanted to sort one of the cars out today. However, our smart speaker, I won't say the name, told us that it's actually below freezing today and it feels it when you're out. So I'm not sure that we want to be stood outside taking all of the stuff out the car. It is happening this week though. The kids have eaten at Costa. I've got a bunch of random party food left over from Christmas in the oven for the adults, because I want to get the stuff used up out of this fridge and freezer, the things that we're not really likely to reach for on a daily basis, the stuff that gets left in there until it turns into a UFO, unidentified freezer object, and then has to be thrown out. So we're going to eat random party food. It's a weird mix, but it feels good to get that used up. The utility room's a bit of a mess because I've been putting stuff in there that needs to get put away in there. Let's move in there and sort out the craft cupboard. When I say it's a bit of a mess, this is what I'm talking about. So we've got some medication that needs to go back in the first aid box, a candle that I've replaced with one of the Halloween candles that needs using up, random tools, a beer that my husband isn't going to drink, so we need to give that to someone, the bane of my life, some random batteries, but we're mostly going to concentrate on in here, which is the craft cupboard. My husband did tell me that one of these is broken and I don't know which one, but whichever one it is, we could have dropped it off at the tip just then. It needs to come out of here. The only thing that I really need off of here is this. So I'm just going to cut this out, put it in this little bag, and then I can get rid of all this packaging.
I don't wanna waste my time. No, I don't wanna waste my time. No, I don't wanna waste my time.
I swear by these Amazon puzzle bags for sorting out the kids' stuff, because I just feel like some of the kids' things come in such massive boxes, they take up so much space and they're really hard to pack away. And sometimes when you take things out or they're part way through using them and you don't need half of it, it's so much easier just to shove it in one of these. So I'm basically just checking what I've got in these. These, for example, are both bracelets. So if I have a bigger one free, I'm going to put them in one.
We don't face the beauty of being free. Don't forget what you love the most. I just wanna keep you close, so we have to give it one more try before the idiots are taking over.
I can't believe how many Gusto recipes we're getting rid of. Look at all of those. We've gone from having 2 overflowing folders to now having space in one for some more favourite recipes. It'll make it so much easier to find the ones that we actually like. I mean, we like all of them, but we've got favourites that we like to recreate. So it feels amazing to be getting rid of all of these. It's slow progress, but we're getting somewhere with this room. I've got a bag of what I think is clean clothes that need to come out of here. I need to put laundry in. I need to clear off this space. But we're getting there, I think.
We can tell one from the other. No one can tell you what they're running from. No one knows. for? What's it for?
I've reached that point in a project, sorting out the house, where you feel like you've bitten off more than you can chew and it's got worse before it's getting better. I mean, the kids, I will just make this clear, my children have absolutely destroyed the house behind me whilst I've been doing this. That is the cost of sorting out. Fortunately, what they've done is temporary mess. What I'm doing will help the house on a more permanent basis, so just got to keep that in mind. But I want to wrap it up in here so I can go and sort out my makeup drawers with the new little drawers that I showed you from B&M. I also need to get rid of the cardboard cat house that I mentioned before. I can see it, it's got to go.
Way beyond what we can hold. So keep your eyes open for the things that we
So much packaging.
Oh, you have
So
to
much
give it
packaging.
one more try.
In terms of things that I'm decluttering from the kitchen, I am going to declutter this cup. I loved this cup when I saw it, and I still love the design of it now. However, I don't actually drink out of it, so why do I have it? I'm a real sucker for mugs, and it's something I really try and check myself on, but this one made it in, and now it's going to make its way back out. I'm also going to declutter this cookbook. As you might have seen in the charity shop haul video, I've got a couple of new cookbooks that are sort of more aligned to where I want to be with things. We don't really cook from this one. My son's in here if you can hear him singing. We don't cook with this one, so this one's gotta go. And then this just needs to be rehomed to the non-fiction books in the living room. And I think the kitchen is done. I've moved the party upstairs. It's about 3:30 now, so make no mistake, this has been going on all day, with interruptions and breaks in between. I'm definitely in the fed up phase of sorting out my life right now. I've had enough of it, I'm over it. The kitchen went really well. I've sorted out absolutely loads in there. I'm really, really pleased. I got rid of a couple of bits and bobs. I've got rid of so much packaging, I can't even tell you. Everything's been straightened up. Some of the cupboards are so much emptier than they were before. The craft box is looking much better. The utility room is looking much better. I've literally thrown out about 5,000 Gusto recipe cards. We didn't do the cards because of it being so cold. I did manage to get rid of the cardboard cat house, so that's good. Although I'm sure that another one will appear shortly. Put some batteries back in this light so that can go away. There's a wash load on and I'm just about to fill these drawers, and that is the last job that I'm going to do today. We're going to have a family pasta dinner to again try and use up some of the stuff that we've got in the house. We have got so many different jars of pasta sauces and stir-through sauces. So we're going to have family pasta dinner this evening. So let's get these drawers sorted and then I can switch off for the rest of Sunday. Who said it was a day of rest? Again, when I'm complaining about packaging, it's going to take me about half an hour to get all of the sellotape and labels off of these, because it did yesterday. Oh no, now that glue dot's stuck on there. I've obviously also had to sort out the insane mess that my kids have been making around us. But basically, if I'm not looking directly at them and giving them my full 100% attention, they destroy something. I have acquired quite a few beauty products. They weren't all fitting into these boxes. So I got some of these, and as you can see, I still have quite a lot of bits on the top, so I thought another one would be perfect to sort of finish it off. So, let's sort that out.
What's it for? What's it for?
That is so much better because now I don't have my nail varnish in this cupboard. It's all just in one place. There's definitely a lot there, and I'm definitely banned from buying beauty products for the foreseeable future. But it's so much tidier and so much neater. I love these drawers. And that is this week's episode of Sort My Life Out done. Sunday reset, in the middle of a whole life reset, to be honest. This section of it is complete. I've enjoyed some of it has been less enjoyable, but we did it. And pretty much what's the word I'm looking for? My strategy. Pretty much my strategy with this whole Sort Your Life Out series is that I'm doing it in small, manageable chunks. So I'm just constantly trying to make progress and do things that make progress and make our lives better. Less clutter makes our lives better. Better organisation makes our lives better. Getting rid of things promptly makes our life better. Keeping things tidy, keeping things clean, using what we have, making sure we have what we need. Like the water bottle seals. That issue has been going on for months. I bought a new water bottle when I could have just spent £2.99 on some replacement seals, which I have now done, and now we will have more usable water bottles, which will be amazing and make life so much easier. But as you can see, whilst I've got a lot done, and I have basically spent the whole entire day doing it in pieces, with breaks and interruptions, like I said, I haven't decluttered my whole house in a day. I haven't really cleaned anything, to be honest, because I'm still at the stage of removing all the stuff that shouldn't be in the places that it is before we can start thinking about deep cleaning. We've also got a home project going on at the moment, and you do not want to see the state of my hall right now. I don't want to see it. I'm going to have to see it when I go downstairs to make dinner. Who am I kidding? I'm not making dinner. My husband's making dinner. I do hope you enjoyed coming along with me today. I hope that I've given you some realistic motivation, some reassurance that however you're doing things is the right way for you. Let me know what part of your life you're sorting out right now. What is the next big job on your to-do list? Mine is sorting out the cars. But whatever you do, leave me a comment. You have no idea how much dropping a comment on a video like this can help a little channel like mine. Drop me a comment. Thank you, I love you. Click subscribe. Feel free to watch the other videos in the Sort My Life Out series. And I'll be back with another instalment. I'm Lee from Mortgage Free Lee. I talk about money and mum life on the internet. We do Aldi shopping hauls, we do budget with me's, we sort my life out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one.